Hello, everybody. What's going on? What is going on? Um, how are you coping? How are you managing? And how was your week? Well, I'm starting out with my week. My week was it was quite interesting. Um, I tell you. First, let me back up, everybody. Um, I just want to say I thank everyone for supporting and watching and listening, and I really hope you guys are gaining something. Um, you're healing in some kind of way. You are growing because this is that kind of platform, and each week it's a different conversation, but I just hope that you guys, like I said, you just find yourself in that energy where you're definitely having that point of contact within yourself and saying, yeah, I need to be possibly more transparent about my life, what I'm going through, because everybody's struggle is different. But guess what, guys? We are heroes, we are sheroes, and that was that kind of week for me. I spent a lot of time. I'm a part of this women's group, and no, I am not a feminist, but I mean, I am all for everyone. I support everyone, but this particular group it's just phenomenal because as women, women, guys, we have our own set of issues. Ladies, we really do. We have our own set of issues, our own set of problems. So, but one thing about it is with our group, we definitely experience a lot from our lives as our particular gender, biologically, spiritually, and chemically. So I just want to, let you guys know that one of my pros of my week was highlights of that, just being a part of a few women groups and to see women just really coming together, being transparent in a positive place, supporting each other. I really love that. So I just wanted to just enlighten you guys about that. But nevertheless, I wanted to discuss how my mood has been. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn this up. Let me ensure that you can hear me. So, my mood last week, Monday was pretty cool. It wasn't any major negative triggers, I would say. It was just a regular work week and moving towards doing what I need to do. That's just been my week, and then working with my business as well, trying to, network, contacts. Tuesday, same thing. Wasn't too majorly negative, triggers were not to the place where I was extremely anxious or I connected to any situation or circumstances where I received a Debbie Downer. So I was pretty even, Steven, stable. Wednesday, it was good. It was good as well, but however, my young adult children experienced some issues. They experienced some issues and they were going through some things. So I was there for them. I mean, what we call our little powwow sessions, our come to Jesus moments where they definitely were challenged. They were challenged because just make a long story short, we're in transition. We need to move. We are at a residence that there is some structural damage here, and nevertheless, we're moving on. So we're just at a place, should we move together? Should they move in student housing? So, and with the pandemic and everything, it's, and guess what? You guys have a treat because they will be featured as guests and talking about some of their struggles and things that they have experienced. So You guys tune in for that a little later, but this is probably going to be a longer podcast than normal, but I just wanted to let you guys know that they're going to be on. So that's going to be a treat. So Thursday and Friday, same thing. I didn't experience too many other moments where there were triggers and things that were going on, but it was okay. So I just wanted to, enlighten you guys on that. But nevertheless, I wanted to talk to you guys, and I forgot to fail to mention, last week I was actually taking pointers from what I call a coronavirus resource workbook, and it's actually information from my job itself, and I'm telling you, the information is awesome. So again, I'm going to give you guys some more information about that coming up. But as far as, I want to talk about a little bit about how my nutrition went. Hey, good week. I ate a lot of vegetables. I'm proud of myself. I need to drink more water. I have an issue with just water itself. I'm more connected to this vitamin water, but I don't drink soda pop. I don't drink artificial juices or anything like that. So I have to really, as you get older, of course, us that are super, advanced in age, we've got to watch our health. So, I definitely, I'm transitioning from the vitamin water into more of the water. So I did pretty good with I had, some smoothies, oatmeal. I'm proud of myself. Candy is, it's a no-go. I did have chips, okay. Sometimes, Lay's chips. So, but I had my, I forgot what I call them, but anyway, they're like the, see, I'm having a moment, and I'm not quite a senior yet, okay, but I feel like I'm a senior. But I have these type wheat chips. It'll come to me. It'll come to me later. Just give me time. But anyway, I achieved my nutritional goal to eat better this week, and I did do that. So yes, I applaud myself. On that. Alrighty. Should I modify anything? Just add more water. Just add more water to what I'm trying to do. Stress management. Did I stress out? I tell you what, like I told you, today was a pretty even, Stephen. I mean, this week itself was pretty even, Stephen. When my kids are going through, I'm going through. So we all love our kids. Yes, we do. So I'm always Miss Fix It. That's what mothers do. We try to fix it. But we can't fix it all the time. We just gotta sometimes let it roll out and let it, they know that I'm there now to guide and support. I'm not in the raising mode because my daughter's 19 and my son's 24. So I'm like in that mode where I'm just kind of raising them. I'm not raising, sorry. I am supporting and guiding them through life challenges. So again, but it's difficult. It gets stressful. But this morning, I tell you, I had some anxiety because I was checking my work email, and this is the day normally I tighten up and finish notes and everything for my day job. So I get this email. One of my clients is picked for audit. Oh my God. And that's just not the audit itself. It's just that there were some missing pieces, and I'm like this. So I'm like on 10. And overthinking, oh my God, this, always the worst. So here I am. I said, and I hear the voice of God saying, stop it. It's going to be okay. So 10 minutes later, my supervisor was like, okay, we're going to do this, that, and the other. Cool, moving right along. So it's like, wow, that's why I am so closely connected to God, because he is like my best therapist right about now. my best psychotropic medication, because he just keeps it all down. So pretty much, if you guys want to know about my stress management this week, yeah, it was one of those weeks that I decided that, okay, things are a lot better. So as far as exercising, I did well. I've been doing pretty good with that. That is, I've been walking. I'm always, that's a part of my lifestyle, to walk, to, like I think I mentioned last week that I have some back issues, but nevertheless, the cardio, I do like an hour, 50 minutes of walking around my complex, because one pro about this place, it's a walking path, so it's really nice, and you just walk, and there's a waterfall, so you get all that, that mindfulness, and you can meditate. And sometimes I'm playing my music, sometimes it's, the meditation music, and sometimes it's different genre of music. It depends on what mood, because I'm just like that. It depends on what mood and what genre that I am. I like all kind of music, so but anywho, I just want to briefly, I'm gonna overview what I consider the additional part 2 of coronavirus resource information. Okay, guys? So that's what I'm going to do, overview some of that. And we are in, I'm telling you, this uncertainty time, and we don't know. We're everyone's really being very prayerful. I believe mostly everyone, I would say, we're watching the current events in regards to the vaccinations, what we need to do. I hope that everybody educates themselves on the vaccine. It may be for you, it may be not, but I'm certainly not in a place to give a personal opinion to anyone. But I would say definitely do your homework, research, and see in regards to any health related issues that may prevent you from actually receiving the vaccination itself. But anyway, while we're sort of in this, everyone is kind of just getting back acclimated, it's still some folks, we're still on like a slowdown. Sometimes we're on shutdown, sometimes we're not. It depends on the insurgent. But you want to try to think about, as the information here says, you want to try to plan. It's a great time to just kind of plan ahead your life, get it organized. You want to try to make some goals for yourself. Simple goals, okay? Like I have a schedule. I get up at 6 a.m. I do that. I pray and I meditate. Then at 7, I did have regular exercising. That's a no-go. I have not did that yet. But hereafter, I read, something that's very healing and positive. It's my Bible, a devotional, or whatever it is, some affirmations, just to start my day off in a positive manner. Then hereafter, I'm in work mode until about, it depends, because my clientele is different, So in between that, I'm working with Perfect Peace, my business. So I am in work mode until about 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. By 7, I'm done, I'm eating, and then by 7:30, sometimes I'm out walk. Most of the time I go for my walk. So that's my schedule. That's my schedule, and I'm moving and grooving in that way. So I just want to encourage everyone to definitely get a goal in regards to your schedule. Everybody's schedule is different, work times, however, but it works for me. And I know that structure sometimes really helps us to set our goals for it. That's with anything. Whatever you have to do to feel accomplished or complete. I'm not necessarily talking about a career or money. I'm just talking about throughout your day. You're like, ooh, I got it done. Or I cleaned up. or whatever it is that you foresee that I'm not getting this. I'm constantly in slow mode and I'm not organized. Yeah, get you a nice little schedule going. So, yeah. And then I always say, do some small type of self-care. Have that moment where you have self-care to care for yourself. Okay? Please, everybody, care for yourself. Self-care is very important. So be kind to yourself. Whether you, like I do, take a walk, watch some favorite TV program, conversation with people. Sure, social media is great as long as it's healthy. It's not, because there's a lot of unhealthy foolery. It's not really good for the soul and the spirit. But, I'm talking about connections with, good vibes. This is very good information on social media. Cut down, I would say, slice that time in half with media itself. Media is good, but sometimes what we talked about last week, it could be sensationalism can create a lot of anxiety, so be careful. And I wanted you guys to show you, this is called a gratitude log. I don't know if you see it. Find time to either make a mental note or an electronic note and say, what are you grateful for? What are you really grateful for? Well, I'm grateful just to be alive, because I talked about my coronavirus situation and it wasn't good. And I am so grateful that I am alive, guys. I didn't have to see another day or a moment, but yeah, I got through it. And I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm so grateful to have my children that are healthy and alive. I'm so grateful to have my parents. I'm so grateful to have my sisters, my siblings. I'm so grateful to have just loved ones that, okay, no news sometimes is good news. So yeah, I'm so grateful. And also just developing, once again, just developing just a routine in your life that you're comfortable with. So that's just really healthy and important, especially this time, because things are chaotic and situations are crazy, and we constantly hearing any news, conversations, and it could cause, like I said, anxieties and our minds to overly stress, and we don't want to do that. We definitely won't want to do that. So just try to keep yourself on the best schedule you can. And this is a good one. My stress resilience action plan. I like this. So again, if you can see that, this information is going to be available to you I can send it through email. If you provide emails, I can do that. So this is definitely, if you want to definitely find yourself not stressing out, okay? Action step. What will I do? When will I do it? And done, okay? So with planning ahead, it lessens the stress. I know that I'm a big time procrastinator, things that I don't like to do. So I procrastinate, and it's not good. And I'm learning now to plan ahead and to get things done. Like on Sundays, I need to get, everything done so that I plan ahead to get on live at 5. My goal is at 5, but nevertheless, it's 5 after 5. But I'm getting there. So, another thing about the times of uncertainty, ensure that you get some type of socialization in. Socialization is very important. Social media is big now, people, very big. And then there's a lot of people, it's okay, because I know some folks that's not what they do. So they connect the good old fashioned way. Either I see you, or I'm going to get the snail mail or telephone, or that's just the way they are. And hey, I applaud them. I'm a little bit old soul myself. I mean, but however, social media is a lot. Numerous amounts of my family are on friends. So, hey, how you guys doing? Excuse me if I don't connect enough and just say, well, how are you? This week I've been posting a lot of affirmations in regards to, check on some of your people. Some people present themselves to be so strong, but as I said, we suffer in silence, guys. We suffer in silence. We can, because I mean, it's in regards to how you're raised. Some of us were raised to be strong, and we're not going to talk about it. Just keep doing it, and it's good in a way. But sometimes it's okay to process that. It's okay to say, you know what, I'm not good. I'm going through, and for your loved ones and your friends to say, okay, you know what, you're gonna do it. You're gonna, whether they pray with you, whether they just give you a word of encouragement of some sort. That's what we need today. This is definitely that time, because we're, like I said, this is the times of uncertainty with this pandemic. So we need socialization. Is meetups. There's all types of, but be careful with types of socialization, because we got crazy connections and people that mean you no good. So just be very careful. I would say people that mutual friends of a friend, just be very careful, but ensuring that those connections are healthy, because that's a part of you becoming healthier in a time of uncertainty, because now we're just probably 90% electronic with the Zoom, and because of the social distancing. So it's video chat live. So just what I'm doing, it's less person-to-person contact. So I'm telling you, it's why it's very important. However, we need to do to connect with our friends and our loved ones. And guys, so the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is reducing when you are feeling some folks like myself. I have experienced panic attacks due to overly the anxiety disorder piece. As I told you guys, sometimes anxiety disorder where you're overthinking and your body is so stressed from not just overthinking, but you allow yourself to take on the cares of everything else, and you don't have a way out. So your body signals, I'm done, that's it, and it produces the auto stressor. Your physical starts to have what we call nervousness. Your heart is racing, you're sweating. You can. I've had folks to tell me that they passed out. Thank God I didn't. But you can actually feel shortness of breath, your chest tightening. You can feel dizzy, lightheaded. I'm just reading some of these different symptoms: headaches, feeling sick, fatigue. So you want to try to. These are some, and I want to slow it down and tell you, this is when you're feeling that way. If you can, stop, take a deep breath, and it allows your body to just, okay, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. So take a deep breath, and then start taking shallow breaths. Put one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly, like this. And just start breathing normally. And I guarantee you, because I've tried that, I've done. This is a method of mindfulness, okay? Mindfulness where you actually allowing your mind to take control of your body, okay? You're saying, okay, mind, I'm going to take control of my body, and I'm going to tell my body it's going to be okay. So that's a method of mindfulness, okay, guys? So the important piece regarding the times of uncertainty through this pandemic, whatever challenges that you're having. Number one, we want to remember to have a structured schedule. So from top of the morning to the evening, you know where you're heading. I know sometimes it's difficult, and you want to leave room for the unexpected, because that was one of my issues too. I'm using all these labels, but I consider myself OCD as well, because I'm like, I plan, but then boom, But you got to leave room for the unexpected, because life it's going to throw us for a loop. So with that, know to adjust it. But with you're already structured, then you're prepared. Your body's prepared for it. I'm telling you, your body's going to be prepared for anything. And as well as, like I said, my spirituality is a big part of my day. That's for me. I mean, it's been 3 decades of me acknowledging, God and His presence and the peace that I need to start my days. It hasn't, sometimes I'm on point, sometimes I'm not. But I tell you, from the last decade or so, I've really been just acknowledging, my faith in a big way. And it has carried me through. So guys, I'm so glad that you were able to connect with me at this moment. And I am going to call in. Hello, my young adult children. They're going to join me in a few. So they're going to be able to talk to, and I'm waiting for them. And I'm so super excited because they have decided to join in, and they're going to tell you guys about their experiences during this time, this pandemic, this year. They're college students, and they have had their highs and lows, but they've definitely, I say they've championed through them the best. They're still working through many challenges, but my young adult children, I'm telling you, they got some good stuff. So like I said, I'm waiting for them to come and to speak with you guys and to give you guys some good tips on. And if you guys have some young adults, please feel free to have them to chime in, because young adults and younger folk, whether they're teenagers or in that middle, what I call that middle range, middle school, I'm telling you, these some old souls today. I love the youngest. I had a conversation with a young man today, and he lives in my complex, and I have talked to him numerous times, and it was just amazing. He has an amazing story. I mean, he's a up and come hip hop star, and he was a football player in college, and he just there was some challenges there, but just the insight is just incredible that this young man was actually talking about. I was blown away. So I never take the young for granted. They definitely they're just not experienced, but they have wise sayings. They have the wise sayings. I just believe a lot of our young folks have, it's like God has put a brain that's a 50-year-old and they're 20-year-old. So that's what I call my young adults, because they're old souls. We just sit around and they just talk and talk and talk. And I love them. I love them, but they get on my nerves sometimes. I call them my roommates, get on my nerves. But my daughter, she's here. So, and my son, they are here. So I'm gonna let who wants to start? Which one wants to start? Daniel, Mariah. I'm gonna let you sit here, Mariah. You want to start? Or would you like to start? Okay, well, I'm gonna dip a little back here, and I'm gonna let my son come. And Daniel, I was telling the people about that you have definitely had some experience this year as a college student, and some highs and lows. You had to stop actually going to campus with BC, and and the remote learning was kind of thrown at you. And then you've had some other challenges, with your health mentally and physically. So just tell the people a little bit about your experience.
Well, hi everybody. I'm Daniel. I'm 24, and right now I'm going to Broward College, and I'm in the work-study program. So that's basically my main income right now. My main priority is just doing college work and being a student, but basically for the past year, or I'd say in August really, is when I started to become more mature and start to grow into my lifestyle. And basically it took a long time to get to this point where I'm maturing, and I've grown so much, and I'm, because I had a lot of struggles. I mentally went through things. Oh, okay, I'll speak up. So I mentally went through things, and I basically was, I was in and out of mental hospitals for I guess last year, and last year, right? I was in a mental hospital, and just even prior years, I was, really struggling with mental stuff, especially in high school. So now in college, I've been able to, start making friends and becoming a better person, because it took just a lot of spiritual growth. That's my number one thing. It took being honest with my mom, my sister, and family, and it took becoming a better person, just becoming plant-based, not so much vegan now because I eat fish, but just changing my diet, and then waking up early, 7 o'clock, and really just investing my time into being a better person, working out, going to the gym now, and just talking to family members, and just being a really happy-go-lucky person, which I wasn't before. I was really more depressed and very off to myself, and in the room 12 hours plus a day, not in school. So I was really depressed because I always was an A student, so it really had me depressed and anxious. But now, I'm just basically at the best position I am, and it's an irony because 2020 I got COVID, and lost our grandmother and uncle, and just went through a lot this year, especially this fall. But honestly, God is taking
Hi,
care
Deidre.
of us.
I'm sorry, I can't. Let me see the other person. Hello, how you doing? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, Daniel.
Yeah, so basically, God is taking care of me, but not only me, my family, and I really love God for that. And He's my number one priority in terms of getting my life in order.
Okay, awesome. I really, I'm telling you, my young adult son, I tell you, guys, he's very, very candid, and that's the way I pretty much encourage my kids over the years. We live in a therapeutic household, so it is what it is. This is how we rock. We don't hide anything. We talk about real issues. Yeah, my son has gone through definitely mental circumstances. I've been through it. My son, actually, since he was 18, he had an onset, of psychosis. And we had to work through that. It's not only, we'll probably talk more about it, but nevertheless, maybe at a later date. But the point of it is, you guys get it, that he's championing through mental illness. It's every day is different. His walk is not easy, but his faith and his holistic lifestyle, and his sister and I are there, and we have our own challenges. Like I told you guys, I'm not ashamed. I sometimes struggle with anxiety and, depression, situational depression more so than what it was when I was younger. So I'm just so, grateful with our faith, and we coming together, as a family to know what it is, support each other. And my son is right now in the midst of a new provider, my daughter as well. So we're going to slide over and let her give her story. So I really thank you. Yes, cousin. Yes, body transformation. Yeah, thank you. That is true. So that's where we are at this point. Okay, so we're gonna slide on over and let my daughter give her experiences and what's going on with her. So
hello, everybody.
Yeah, so just tell everybody your experience this year during this pandemic. How did it affect you? As a college student, as a young lady. I know, not just this pandemic, but just this year, how has it been, the highs and lows,
Yeah, well, for me, I went through really similar experiences as my brother. We're both on the same path now, as far as just knowing that our purpose on this earth is much bigger than anything we would have ever dreamed of or thought of. And we had to go through a lot of just really tough life experiences to get to this point. I'd say just this semester alone was a lot of transformation for both me and my brother. Me personally, earlier this year, I was a completely different person than how I am now. Yes, this pandemic caused a lot of, it brought on a lot of adversity, but it also brought on a lot of just me realizing things about my life. I'd say it was the very beginning of this semester, fall semester of college, that I had a spiritual awakening, both me and my brother at the same time. And I just pretty much gave everything to God. So while we went through a lot, we caught COVID in October. Our uncle died, our grandmother died on our dad's side. We went through a lot to support him while not really having everything together with ourselves. Being in school, trying to stay on top of that, it was, in a natural sense, it was a lot. It was. And everybody was telling us, it's okay if, it's too much for you guys. You just have to learn that, you're young, you're gonna go through things. And it was like a completely different experience though for us. It was almost like God kept us in a state where, yeah, it was a lot, but it wasn't a lot. Like, we were not, my brother just said it, he was in a completely different mental space last year, and myself as well, but we handled everything that came at us in a completely different way. It was like, it was all meant to happen to push us to a certain point that we never thought we would get to. So, the things that I've been facing recently, though, is just coming down from this really motivated point and just being at this point of, okay, how am I going to get to the next step? How am I going to get further than I'm already at. I'm already at such a enlightened place, knowing who I am, what I like, what I don't like, what my gifts are, what kind of individuals I want hanging around me. In a complete state of isolation, the only people I really talk to is my brother, my cousins. A lot of people I've just completely haven't been talking to literally since the beginning of this pandemic. Not being in a relationship as a young woman, all of that, all of the normal things that I should be doing, I'm not doing. I'm doing something completely different, and it's not easy, but it's so rewarding in the end because I'm able to handle most things that other people my age can't handle. I can handle when I get COVID, and I'm completely I was already quarantining enough, but now I'm not able to leave. Or back then when we had COVID, I wasn't able to leave the house for like a month straight, and that'll make any young person go stir crazy. But for me, that was a beautiful time for me to grow close to God. Like, that was when my brother first transitioned plant-based a few weeks ahead of me. And during that time, him and I went on the Daniel fast. When we both caught COVID, we both decided to go on the Daniel fast. And during that time, I wasn't listening to any secular music. I haven't been on social media since May. I wasn't, a lot of stuff that I was eating, meat, sugars, salt, we couldn't taste for a minute anyway, so that really helped with me being able to eat my vegetables and stuff. I completely just transformed my entire life within that minute of me having COVID, and it was extremely helpful, and I grew so much closer to God. I heard him the clearest that I've ever heard God. And I just really found myself during that time. I grew so much. I gained so much strength. I even went on a appearance fast towards the end of it because I deal with, like any young woman, any older woman, I deal with body issues. And thank you so much.
Yeah, that's Cousin Deidre. Hi, Cousin Gail. I saw you were watching. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm sorry.
And I dealt with, body issues, and just doing little things like that, not putting on any makeup. I wasn't really wearing makeup, but just not being overly fixated on my appearance and allowing myself to be in a more natural state, not doing my eyebrows, things that I would be just very self-conscious of. And really insecure about. I wasn't, so fixated on, and I was able to see myself in a very different way and accept flaws and all, and I'm now in a state where my brother and I were in a different place where we're still eating plant-based. We added in fish for nutrients and things, but I'm also starting to exercise, him and I, just to get our body weight up at a healthy way. And also because sometimes when you accept certain things about yourself and you want to, thank you so much, and you want to, sometimes certain things you accept, and I've accepted my body, but I also take note that I'm self-conscious about it, so I want to do what's in my control, my power, check my heart with it, because I don't want to do it with any vain reason behind it, but to, exercise, do things like that. I notice that it feels good to me to pour into myself in that way. So that's things that I'm doing now, exercising. I've gotten back into my art, painting, and just realizing other small little gifts that I didn't know I had, really trying to just allow God to push out all the creativity that was just suppressed in me because I was so depressed and sad about being so different from everybody else my entire life. I pretty much just suppressed and pushed everything that made me unique, made me creative. I pushed it all to the side for years, and now all of it's just coming out during this time of isolation and me growing spiritually. It's all just coming out. So it's kind of a lot because I feel like I want to really focus on that area of life, but I also know that my schooling is very important for me to be able to become my true, focus on my true calling, which is to help other people my age, young women as well, to realize their purpose and their calling too, which it just really does something to me to be able to help others. So right now during this time, my motivating factor is knowing that God is going to use me to be a really great vessel, He's going to use me to be a really great vessel on this earth. I don't really want to glorify myself or anything like that. That's just where I'm at right now. Awesome. Just completely submitting to God in that way.
Awesome. So that's it. That's awesome. I'm telling you, I'm so super excited of these two. You know, my son and my daughter here. I mean, it was like somewhat pulling teeth for them to because I know once they get rolling, they're old souls. They're gonna talk. But you know, it's good stuff. This is what you guys call work, family work. It's not easy. We've had our some rumbles in the jungle, some very difficult times in here, but God has saw us through. So Cousin Deidre, I know thank you so much. You've been engaging. Can't quite see, but you know, I know you just.
I like to see young people being open and honest and want to help other young people. This was an awesome interview.
Oh, thank you, Dee. Thank you, Dee. Yes, cousin, thank you so much. Yeah, that's why I brought them on, because I wanted them to share their experience as young people. A lot of times we see the negatives with young folk, but we don't see the positives in what they're doing, you know, to get through their challenges. Young folks have many challenges, but, you know, it's important that we reach back, each one teach one, be a domino effect for us that are overgrown folk. You know, they don't have to be your blood children. They could be neighborhood children, wherever. Just mentor somebody. And that's where I'm at. Just be that type of connection, because they're our future. We're going to transition one day. However, we see many of our older seniors, unfortunately, are transitioning through this horrible, horrible pandemic. But nevertheless, the young, you know, they are, there's like a shield of immunity of some sort. So it's important that we just pour into as much as we can. Yes, Cousin Deidre, you have such a beautiful daughter. I know you're doing such a fabulous job as a mom, and thank you so much for chiming in. And once again, you guys, so much love to you. My prayers are with you regarding safety, and just take care of yourself and your families. You know, my prayers are with you just to keep it moving. I mean, it's not an easy time for any of us. Trying to see who that is, if I could. Okay, that's Krista from, one of my prior co-workers who's beautiful. She has a daughter as well. So I'm sorry for calling you guys out, but I just miss seeing people, the connection of wonderful people that I have had, whether you're a family member or a friend or an ex, colleague of mine. It's just awesome to know that people are doing alive and well. And this is what a positivity about. Next week, guys, I'm going to have the live for this year, the last one for this year, and it's gonna be just a smorgasbord of, hey, holiday cheer. We just gonna talk. We just gonna chime. I may have my mom and who knows, my father here and sisters and whoever else. I may do it on the beach. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I'm just really excited to close this year out, knowing that a lot of my loved ones are still here, my friends and colleagues, that you guys are still here. So please do not forget to chime in on next week. Hi, Arnold. Yes, sir. Thank you. You know, you as well. You're a great brother. I see that you possibly are ready again for public office. Much love and support to you on that. And it's just been awesome because I've lived in the state of Ohio, and I've met some wonderful, awesome, phenomenal people there. And it's nice to have lived in different places and spaces. But once again, I will see you guys on next week. Have a safe week, and remember, your self-care is important. Check your mood and triggers and your lifestyles and your stresses, and let's just keep moving and show the love and support. You guys take care.